All right, Black Box Radio. We got KB with us. Say what's up, bro.
Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Yeah, so tell the people what you do so we can kind of unpack how COVID-19 has affected that.
So what I do, my main business is I haul freight. I have a trucking company. My brother and I, we have a trucking company. And then when you interviewed me, I started my I had just started my clothing, my suits, custom suits and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I also cater. I have a catering company.
Wow.
And things like that. So that's I got like 3 little hustles that I do that I got going on.
Excellent. You are
Other
definitely
than being a husband and a daddy, that's a job.
Big one.
Shit, that take more work than all I want.
But you know what? That's the most rewarding. So it's all good. It's all good. So with trucking, because listen, we going through some freight, bro.
Mm-hmm.
People at the stores, everybody panicking, they buying. So how trucking looking? It's probably looking pretty good.
We're affected.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely affected.
Okay.
The people up top, they trying to they issuing us slave wages. So the supply and demand is let me say this: it's not as much freight moving as before, but it's still freight moving.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's still freight moving, they pretty much can they rationing the workout.
Got it.
You got all the trucks, because all the truckers, we essential. We're not stopping. So if you had 100% freight that will move throughout the week, now we might be at 60% that's moving. So now those 100 drivers out there, they still hungry. So instead of me getting a job for, just throw a number out of there, 1,000, now the job might be on the board for 600. I tell you what, we could talk about that I'm dealing with that I don't like right now is, okay, so that the toll booths and stuff are pretty much down. They're not manned at all. So
how are they doing tolls? Tell us, because I haven't been through a toll.
Well,
something in place.
It's no. They're not operated. They're not manned, and the signs say "Keep moving. We'll bill by mail."
Wow.
Right. So everybody pretty much got an easy pass. They flashing your tags and they send you your bill. So now certain tolls throughout the country that are manned, that they still have tolls that you actually got to pay before the arm move.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's located at a few different places. So those are manned. Okay. But like as far as like Maryland, Delaware, New York, all the stuff like that, it's like straight drive through, keep driving. We'll send it to you in the mail. But this one state, Delaware, has they always had the sign that if you run toll violations, you're automatically fined. So if you don't pay your toll at Delaware, when you do get the bill, it automatically comes with a fine. You ran their toll. Well, Delaware is sending you not just your bill, they're sending you that fine as well. And we've been in contact with them. They told us that we had to pay the fine, right? We said, no, how are we going to pay the fine? I pull up with my money every day and y'all not there. And you going to fine me? And now the fines are like, shoot, I don't have a ticket in front of me, but let's say if the toll is $10, let's say I had to pay that toll is $10, their fine is another $50 on top of that. So for a $10 toll, I'm paying $60, $65, something like that. I think the last one I looked at, it was like $88. Well, you're penalizing me for a fine. You're penalizing me for running a toll that your worker is not there. We appealed it. I appealed it. They denied the appeal, right? And told us we got to go to court. But we don't know when court going to start. And until court start, you're going to be hit with a fine every 2-3 days. They tack on more.
Wow. That's going on?
Yeah, that's going on. So I'm going to put that out there. I'm calling the mayor and then the governor of Delaware. So they don't even know. Like, that's what they got coming. You know what I mean?
That is real predatory, but I think it's system loaded. But still, they need to
Nah, we
fix it.
talked to somebody. We talked to somebody. We talked to a human. It wasn't that, you know, we were dealing with a human, and her reaction was, "Well, we're just going to have to go to court, and we don't know when court's going to be. But until then, you're going to get hit with the fine every certain amount of days. It's going to get the interest, you know, to the point where as though I was like, I'm just going to pay the $4 and the hell with the fine. And I deal with that in court. That's what I said. That's the last thing I said as of Tuesday.
That's a lot. I mean, because you know, that plays with your license. That's playing with your pockets. That's been, you know, that's already been punched. And I just don't get that. If we're a sheltering place and there's less traffic on the road, you would think freight could do its thing.
She had the nerve to say, well, the plan was to have everyone stay at home. And I said, if I stay at home, you wouldn't have no Lysol.
Mm. And that's what I'm saying. So you would think that freight could be blown through everything because the traffic is lighter.
On the up and up, I love the quarantine as far as like the little, and it's going to always be some problems. But as far as traffic, I just came home from Kentucky and I made it home in 7 hours flat. You know, and normally the times that I come through, and if I come through, that's about it'll turn into about an 8.5 hour, almost 9 hour once I stop and traffic and all that stuff like that drop. So as far as running around the country, which I'm doing right now, I'm getting there in record time.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You would think you said freight is at 60%. So you think freight would move faster, but maybe there's more checking of freight, cleaning freight. I don't know.
No, they're not stopping us. No DOT is out. The scale house closed. You know, we flying through. We moving.
You moving.
We moving.
We
They
should have
just making a penny off of us. They just taking advantage of the situation. You know, I don't know if you know, but like a couple weeks ago, like truckers down in Texas and stuff, they were down there boycotting. They like blocked the streets, blocked the ports off, and all that stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, talking about the wages and the freight, you know, what was going on. Because, you know, we're in a pandemic, we're in a crisis right now. So what I'm saying is what normally would move for $1,000, it's still moving, but it's only for 8. Because they know if you won't take it, and it's all because of the bids.
Yeah.
You know, you normally would take it for 1,000, but I got a guy over here that's hungry right now, and he gonna take it for 8.
Absolutely. They should be offering hazard pay and appreciation pay.
No, we don't get none of that.
And a big up pay. You know what I'm saying? Well, we putting it out there. So are you able to do your suit game? How's the suit game?
That is everything else is what's shut down. So, I mean, I had like prom shoots to do. I still got, you know, my stuff is coming from overseas once it's, you know, when it's completed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's everything's on hold. The border shut down. You know, they shut down over there, so they're not moving. They're not doing anything.
Yep.
You know, so, and then we got the schools and things. They shut down.
Yep.
So I mean, but I mean, and just me personally on how I am, and like I told you before, like I don't really want people spending money on buying suits and stuff right now. Me personally, you know. So I just been chilling as far as the suit game. You know, just I just been just watching and seeing what's going on. Shit, ain't nothing moving. You can't go nowhere anywhere. So it can't go nowhere anyway. So it ain't even no reason for you to buy no suits because you don't even know when you're coming out of here. What you need a shirt for? We might be in here according to them. We might be in here till next year.
Oh.
And people always fuss at me about that. You always trying to think for everybody else. But I'd rather everybody take their money and buy some seeds.
We could start and get some food and fill up these food deserts and eat better. We could do some city gardens. We can get past the health problems and the food deserts, but we got to have a concerted effort to do it.
Man, we got to do it now.
You do.
As I told my brother yesterday, I said, we all walked into this. We all came into this thing one way. When it's all said and done, when we walk out of here, we shouldn't be walking the same walk. It's going to be different. It's going to be a change. What we know is the world, we will no longer know. Whether it's starting with just mask on every day and everybody got to have a mask in order to go somewhere, you know, that's different. I told my son the other day, I said, y'all gonna feel it. Y'all might not feel the change the way that we feel it because I'm almost 50. You know,
Mhm.
I seen 50 years of this type stuff going on, but the change that's going to come when they do let us go, and I don't know what the change is going to be, but I know it's going to be something.
Mhm.
I know
Yep.
it's going to be something. I know a lot of people not going to have work.
Mm. Can we just see how bad it's going to be? Or, I mean, I'm just cringing for when they open up and all of these people unemployed and families are struggling and people are trying to readjust and, but
This is the time you have enough time
reset.
right now to
Let's do
sit
it.
home and come up with a master plan.
There you go, bro. MP master plan all day. You gotta have that.
The hell with TikTok, the
All day.
DJ competition, and all that shit. If you ain't sitting home coming up with a way to make sure that you can sustain life and survive out here. If it gets to I am legend status, if it gets to just me out here, and
Real.
ain't no stores open, and ain't nothing going on, how am I gonna survive?
Hmm.
I'm just gonna curl up in the corner and just die. You know what I'm saying? And just wilter away.
Mm.
That's what we need to be thinking about. That's what we need to be focused on. And that's just how I feel. Yeah, I mean, that's just how I feel. I went out and bought plants and shit to help the health to help the house with
Hmm.
health issues. Yeah, if not saying that we had any, but I'm a dude. I don't think about no plants. I mean, not really.
Today
But
you are.
but I knew that everything that it is, what I do, I'm getting the formaldehyde out my house free. How I do that? A certain plant. I want all this shit out my house. You know what I'm saying? I want certain things out of my house. I want to be living a certain way. I'll grow my own cabbage and my own potatoes and all that stuff like that I'm gonna eat every day. I hope people change their diet. I mean, like, hold up. I'm not scared of this virus. I ain't even on here talking like I'm Carol or nothing. I ain't even scared of the virus. Because to me, it was the most punk ass virus that I ever seen. They told me all I had to do was wash my hands, spray down with Lysol, stay out of people's face, and eat clean, make sure my immune system good, and I'm good. Well, damn it. That's the stuff I'm supposed to be doing anyway.
Real talk.
I'm supposed to wash my tail every day, wash my hands
Yes.
before I go in the refrigerator or anything else, or talk after I touch somebody, all that stuff like that. You understand what I'm saying? I'm supposed to do that anyway. Okay, so what's the issue here?
The issue is the quantifier is the virus. Is they didn't know that it was what it is, and it's a terrorist. It don't play. It come for you. It will take you out if you're not right.
The only thing I feel is though, I think they know what it is.
Well,
We just don't know what it is. They know what it is.
it doesn't negate that people are dying, and we just have to, we got to get it right. Let's talk about, you know, we was gonna tonight is the first 5/1/20. What
Right.
was going to happen tonight in your world?
Fashion show. Everything canceled though.
Absolutely, we was gonna do some. We was gonna be out here together, right?
And it's still gonna happen though. It's still gonna happen. It's gonna happen to a different. It's gonna be different. We just don't know how. I gotta figure out what Uncle Sam say, how we can move and what's gonna happen. It's in the talks doing like some sort of citywide prom. You
Oh,
know, type of shit, something for the kids and something like that. A lot has changed since I talked to you. I was all suits, everything like that. But the way I talk, I'm about my people, and I've been dealing with not dealing with. I joined and linked up with with some fine kings and queens, and we had a march that was supposed to have been going on, and it's changed a lot, but stand up Baltimore. We about the community and everything like that. So
that's D Chase.
as D Chase, so
Mhm.
we've been diligently working. We're working hard on trying to improve the community. So they're talking about doing some form of citywide prom and all that stuff like that. To give back. and to help out.
You're getting into some activism, and that's a beautiful thing. And you trucking, and so your mental headspace. Where you at with that? How you feeling? I mean, your father, your husband. How you feeling personally about COVID-19?
Man, COVID-19 don't that don't it don't scare me. It don't scare me.
Mm-hmm.
That how I think and how I look at situations. I'm your conspiracy theorist. I'm your black sheep. I don't believe nothing that the government tell me. I don't know if I'm supposed to be politically correct, but I don't believe nothing. My mother used to say, "You don't believe shit stink till you smell it." You know what I mean? That's what she used to say. No, I don't. So you got to prove it to me. And when I'm digging and I'm researching and I understand that y'all ingesting and y'all infecting us with this. This is what y'all doing. Like, this isn't new. Y'all created this. You had a game plan with this.
Wow.
They had a game plan with it. So whether it backfires, how it backfires, what they do tell us is, and what I say to my people is, all we got to do is eat clean and stay clean.
Okay.
Even down to the pre-existing
Conditions.
conditions that you might have. Take care of that. Find a way to take care of that outside Dr. Bloomberg. Find
Mm.
it in your herbs, find it in your food, find it in the natural life, whatever the creator, whoever you believe in as far as the creator, everything that we need is here for us. It's here for us. It's being messed up because it's being manipulated all the way across the board for gain, for personal gain.
Mm-hmm.
So just find it, tap into it, and make sure you and yours is good. Make sure you and your circumference and those in your circumference are good. And if we all can make sure everybody in our circumference is good, we should all be clicking and thinking the same way. We'll be able to combat this and fight this. AIDS, niggas ain't start putting condoms on. I ain't seen a lack of babies since AIDS hit the scene. So, you understand what I'm saying? I asked last week, what's worse, AIDS or COVID-19?
They're two different anomalies, but they both bad.
Niggas ain't putting no condoms on.
I don't know. I don't know with that, but what I will say is the act of sex and something that can crawl on you and you don't know where it is and if it's in the air, if it's coming up from somebody's mouth, their hands, and if sex is an act. So I get what you're saying.
But if you take care of yourself, though,
Mm-hmm.
and do what you need to do, am I wrong? If you take care of what you need to
You're absolutely
do,
right. You're absolutely right. You have to take care of yourself, and
you don't
that
worry about what nobody else do.
that's
You
true.
get fucked up in the game. You come in my house, I'm good. We good in here.
So let me we're in a part of the interview with this the last will and testament, right? So, you're a master at this. Leave the folks a jewel. Leave us something to aspire to. These are some very uncertain times. So sometimes we need that good jewel. Give it, KB.
It don't change. Love each other. Love each other more. Love each other, love ourselves unconditionally. Because when you love yourself and you love each other, you want the best for each other. So if it's an unconditional and a genuine love, just for yourself first and for your circumference first, it'll spread and it'll reach out, but everything will fall in place and everything will take care of itself. And that's the truth. It's not enough. They said said it years ago. What the world needs now is we need more love.
Mm-hmm.
It's not enough love. Everybody's every man for himself. When we know it take a village.
Yep.
So if it take a village, how can every man be for himself? If we love each other, and we take care of ourselves, we'll be fine. We the strong ones. We the strong ones here in the situation. They gotta worry. Because as they tell it, we couldn't catch it at first. Now all of a sudden, we the only ones that got it.
I hear you.
Love ourselves. Love ourselves. Take care of ourselves. It's too much. It's too much individuality.
Awesome. Awesome. G.
KB, thank you so much for taking some time to share your perspective with us at this moment in history.
That's what's up, man. I thank y'all for having me.
All right, if you're listening right now, and you would like to hear more voices from the Rona Report, you can find them at blackboxradio.com. That is BLAKBOXXRADIO.com. You can also find Black Box Radio on Facebook and Instagram at Black Box Radio, and on Twitter at Box Black. That's BOXXBLAK. And if you're hearing this message right now, we need your help to help us spread the word. Our message is being suppressed on social media platforms, so please share this with your friends and family. Send it in email, send it in text, so that everyone can hear these important voices.
All right. This is that Rona Report. We had KB, Alpha. Thank you so much for your input, bro. It's always so real, so authentic, gritty. You brings it.
I love y'all. I love my people.
I love that you eating too.
You like that?
Yeah, that's real authentic, bro. Real authentic. And this is the Rona Report. This is 5/1/20. We had Alpha Male, KB, Black Box Radio. We out. Peace.